What's going on, family? This is Manuel Godoy, CEO Black Sands. You know it, you know how it goes. And today we're going to be talking about some more updates on the Black Sands anime round, right? Because I'll be honest, like we about to go hard. We about to go hard. We about to go fast, and it's not going to be a game. All right. So first in, you know the deal. Hit that like button if you're down for the cause. Share this with your friends now, and put in the comment section what state you're representing, man. You always got to do that. You always got to let me know what states are here, man, or which countries, right? Because I saw a lot of my subscribers on Instagram are up in Germany and stuff. What's up with that, yo? Yeah, so I got some Germans in the place. So, let me know in the comment section where you're from and everything else. Additionally, if you have an idea of what you're going to do in this investment round, hit me up at the end of the meeting. So we're going to talk about like what people are planning on investing, right? And what's the risk and all that other stuff. So it should be pretty cool. You know what I mean? Oh, we got Florida in the house, Texas, Hawaii, all up on the island. All up on the island. What's up, man? Got some Alabama peeps. You know how it is, man. So, first of all, what we're gonna be talking about today are two things, right? We're gonna be talking about the anime round, the anime investment round, and then we're also gonna talk about the so it's the anime investment round, and then on top of that, we're gonna have the um, oh yeah, the anniversary editions, right? So they're like 1 week away. They're about to ship to the United States in 1 week, right? And we have a couple of more copies left that we could sell to the public. So if you haven't got your anniversary editions in the Kickstarter, right? Because Kickstarter backers are going to get theirs no matter what. But if you haven't and you wanted to get some as well, we still got a couple of copies left. I'll talk about that at the end. But let's begin. All right. So first things first, right? When it comes to this investment round, like I said, we're going to start in May, right? Somewhere in the middle of May. And it's going to be pretty crazy because we're going to have a lot of things already built in before the investment rounds begins. You understand? So I got this presentation that we have right here. We're going to be going through this, and I'll put it over here just so I don't block the comments, right? But we're going to be going through this anime, right, with already things built in, right? So if you don't know, our current writer right now is Brandon Easton. He's the person who's writing the Black Sands anime, right? And he's been doing a pretty good job so far. I am heavily involved in the writing of the series, so don't be surprised if you see some of my dark humor, right? If you see some of my my lore and all that stuff, don't be surprised if it's in there because I am heavy-handed in the creation process of the Black Sands anime, right? And in this anime round, what you guys are going to be able to do is you're going to actually become investors, as in like profit sharing investors. All right. So you're going to actually um, be a part of the profits. Normally, when you do an investment round with Black Sands, you just get stock in the company, right? Stock in the company, it grows in value or decreases in value over time. That's how stock works. But this time around, you're going to be a profit sharing investor. So you're going to get a check, right? You're going to get a check every 12 months or so based off of how much money we have made with the theatrical releases of Black Sands, the licensing agreements of Black Sands, and the merchandising agreement with Black Sands, specific to the three-part series that we're funding in this investment round. All right. So this ain't gonna be no, oh, it did great, but you don't get anything. No, if this does a couple $100 million in the box office, everybody's getting big ass checks. You understand? We ain't gonna have no small checks around here. If we get like $200 million in the box office, even though we only spent like $5 million to produce it and develop it and everything else, then we're gonna get a huge check. Everybody's gonna get a huge check, and I mean everybody. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty excited about that. Let's go through this deck. So this is the old deck. We're gonna update it a bit with some new information since we're further ahead. But this is the old deck for the anime like production in general, right? So let's go through it. So if you guys are not aware, right, here's some of the information we have with Composition Media and Black Sands Entertainment, right? So Black Sands maintains an active presence with hundreds of thousands of followers. You know that already. And over $3 million in lifetime sales and 200,000 units sold. It's actually higher now, about 250,000, but that's what's up. Widely recommended by thousands of people, 5-star reviews. You know that already. Now, one of the bigger things about us is that we're actually loved by parents and educators. I think this is one of the coolest things about our company is the fact that parents and educators actually care about our brand, because at the end of the day, right, you want to support a brand that, you know, people who actually care about the Black community, people who actually want to see the next generation grow up and be successful and be proud of who they are. You want those people to like your product. I could care less. I could care less if the zesty blavity blurs, right, on TikTok like Black Sands or not, right? I really could care less. I could care less if any of them people like Black Sands, because at the end of the day, they're not the ones who are trying to do the work to influence the next generation and actually raise them right and get them into nice careers or starting businesses. They're not the ones pushing that narrative. They're the ones trying to get them to love, you know, Dragon Ball and do stuff that's meaningless in life, right? Now, I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball, but I don't think that should be the end all reason why you should grow up, right? and you know, in the era of, you know, basically kids being influenced by people who have nothing going on in their lives, it's great to see that parents, educators, you know, people who are influencers in social justice and social interactions love Black Sands as a brand and loves what we're doing as a brand, because their opinion matters way more than everybody else. Now, what is our plan, right? What is the plan of Black Sands when it comes to this social media impact, right? So we're harnessing the digital era, and I'm going to read directly from this, even though I could say it out loud. I'm going to read it directly from this just because you'll at least be able to see what's going on in the deck, because this goes to strangers, okay? Anybody who goes to our investment round, they'll be able to download this deck. So let's see. In an age defined by social media influence, Black Sands has not only adapted but thrived, building a dynamic community across various platforms with hundreds of thousands of engaged followers. Our digital narrative is a testament to the universal appeal and modern relevance of our content. Yeah, man, Black History Before Slavery, right? That's mad relevant. Even though Hollywood will never do it, we're going to do it ourselves. And it's a testament to authentic storytelling. Our followers aren't just numbers. They are advocates, fans, and testament to the resonating depth of Black Sands. This strong digital footprint speaks volumes, proving that authentic stories transcend boundaries, touching hearts and stirring conversations. Yep, that's what we do, man. If it's one thing Black Sands knows how to do, it starts some drama online to break out a conversation. You ever see some of my posts, man? We got like thousands of comments. We get like thousands of comments per post when we want to start some conversations, right? I'm a person who starts hard conversations. I don't do them easy conversations like we really need to explore Black experience. We need to explore the Black experience. You know how people go on freaking TV, CNN, or whatever, and they go in there and they're like, oh, I've been studying this for years and we really need to start a conversation about our Blackness. Like, shut the hell up. Can you get specific? What are we going to talk about? And tell me your opinion. What the heck? Why do people always do that? Why do people always go out there? They're the subject matter experts, but they always do the same generic response. We just need to start a conversation. You know, that's not me. That's not me. That's not how we're gonna be handling things. We're gonna crack some skulls when it comes to Black Sands starting the conversation on African history before slavery. Now, if you agree with that, let me know in the comment section, man. I always love hearing your opinions. So just let me know. So what's the deal, man? Are we really going to have success in this? Are we really going to? So from humble beginnings to outstanding milestones. Now, y'all knew that we started this back in like 2017 and we ain't have much of anything, right? But Black Sands has journeyed from an idea to a phenomenon, generating an impressive $3 million in lifetime sales. These figures aren't just monetary milestones, but a reflection of our commitment to quality consistency and resonance. And with universal appeal, selling over 200,000 units signifies more than just a commercial triumph. It showcases the universal appeal of our story, an indication that our narrative has not only been accepted by our tribe, but celebrated by a wider audience, creating a lasting bond from readers from all walks of life. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's see. We got some outstanding reviews. I'm not going to go into this one because I think, wait a minute, did I just go backwards? No, I didn't go backwards. We're going to have to edit this page because it seems kind of repetitive. So I'm going to edit this one so it's not as repetitive. It seems like it's the same kind of information here, right? So let's go past that. All right, here we go. Parents and educators approved, right? A resounding seal of approval. We actually got some reviews from School Library Journal praising the titles in Black Sands. That's pretty big too, because one thing in this age of banning books in schools, they never ban books that are basically approved by School Library Journal, right? School Library Journal is like the de facto decision maker when it comes to what books can go into libraries and not. So if they approve it, and if they say you need to get this in your collection, they're going to get it in their collection no matter what, and nobody can argue with them. So we got some reviews in School Library Journal right now. It's freaking huge, right? And we're going to continue going further than that, right? Let's see. So beyond entertainment, Black Sands is more than just a gripping tale. It's an educational tool, a moral compass, and a window into rich cultural tapestry. Parents and educators, those who shape future generations, have given their seal of approval, recognizing the depth and values embedded in our content. Trust is our narrative. In a world teeming with content, to be singled out and vouched for by parents and educators is no small feat. He said that endorsement speaks to the trust they place in Black Sands, viewing it not just as an entertainment, but as positive influence on young minds. Yes, that is the fundamental principle of Black Sands as a whole. We do not make content that basically is inappropriate for kids. We want to make sure the kids are allowed to read this great and amazing story, because if they're not capable, because we added some adult content in there, or adult themes, or sexualized female characters, right? Then at the end of the day, we're going to have a thing where kids can enjoy something that really was made for their like personal growth, right? There's a reason why white kids are taught about Rome, Greece, and all these great heroes in European history. The reason why they're taught that is because they will have something to actually basically compare themselves to in the future, something that they know for a fact did happen in the past with their ancestors. And I believe that when we only talk about our ancestors being slaves, and then our ancestors being poor, and then our ancestors being segregated, that there's not much to go up from, right? It's like if you start, if your people only at the very bottom of the totem pole, if you're not a slave anymore, that's considered an achievement to someone who basically had nothing but slavery as their history. And sadly, most American black kids, right, before 2010, that was basically their education. Like, they didn't know anything about Africa. They knew absolutely nothing about Africa as a whole. They only knew about European achievements and everything else, right? That's probably why we got so many people out there nowadays, Clarence Thomas type peoples out there nowadays, right? Because they were basically indoctrinated. And the younger generation, the new age young black people, they're rebellious. They're rebellious, and they're rebellious because of brands like Black Sands, right? Where it's like, no, we don't care about other people's cultures so much as we care about ours right now, right? And once we have a good understanding of our history, of our achievements, of our civilizations, then we'll learn about yours as well, right? But we don't want to learn about yours and not learn about ours. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Nobody does it except for Black Americans, and it's not Black Americans' fault. We don't run the school system. We don't run the education system. So it's not our fault. No matter how many people try to say black people need to do better, it's not our fault. We don't run the public school system. The best we can do is try to interrupt the system by making stuff that's outside the system to educate our kids. But it's not our fault that, that a lot of kids, especially kids from like 10 years ago that are now adults, that they don't understand black history or care about it, and they only care about European stuff. It's not our fault. We don't have control over that. All right. So what we're doing now is this is an open rebellion. Black Sands, everything Black Sands is an open rebellion against the traditional path to education, right? The more we get in classrooms, the more we get in libraries, the more we interrupt the normal education process in America, because America wants black people and Native American people to basically feel like second-class citizens. They want them to feel like they're beneath, right, the normal everyday citizen in America, right? And that's the education, provides, right? When you see stories about, European history, it's always positive, right? It's always positive. It's always an epic tale, right? And you don't even see African stories, period, unless it's something about slaves. So we just got to be aware of that. We got to be aware of that. This is not a comic book company, right? This is not a company that makes cool comics so everybody can be laughing and enjoying themselves. This is a company that cares almost exclusively about the social impact of history on our youth and ourselves. That's what it is. It's a social movement. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, we've been all over the media, so you already know that. So I don't think we got worry about that. Me and Giselle are still the heart and soul of Black Sands, right? We're still the heart and soul. Nothing's changed. We the bosses. And here's our partners, right? So if you don't know about our partners that much, Composition Media is owned by Carl Reed, right? Carl Reed used to be the head of Lion Forge Animation, right? He was the co-founder of Lion Forge and the president of Lion Forge Animation for like 12 years. All right. So let's read about this, right? Composition Media, award-winning animated content. So founded by award-winning producer Carl Reed, we have produced content that has gone to win an Academy Award and Emmy and more, right? Carl Reed previously co-founded Lion Forge Comics in 2011, right, and later co-founded Lion Forge Animation in 2018, in which he served as president and chief creative officer. Over the course of his career, Carl has produced a variety of different types of content, from comic books, graphic novels, to broadcast animated series, toys, and video games. He has worked with partners such as Disney, DreamWorks, YouTube, Nickelodeon, Sony Pictures Animation, HBO Max, and more. Composition Media is the next step in the vision to create content that redefines the industry. All right, so we have strong partners. We have very strong partners. And besides having very strong partners, he actually gets stuff done, all right? We get meetings with very important people whenever I need to get those meetings. Remember last year I went to Studio Mir? Remember that? That was all him. He just called them up and said, yo, give him a tour of Studio Mir's studio. Let's have some conversations, right? We're on the slate right now. Who knows? Maybe eventually we'll land Studio Mir for like season 2 of Black Sands or whatever, right? Because we're already on their radar now, But that was all him, man. And now he's starting to hire the voice actors, all the voice actors that's going to be required for this anime, right? And he got us the writer Brandon Easton. Brandon Easton has written a lot of stuff, right? He's written a lot of stuff when it comes to like professional animation, right? So he's done Transformers, he's done a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So for the most part, most of the content that he's made was more on the younger side, but we've told him in this that we wanted to age it up, right? So Brandon Easton is going to be aging up content as opposed to bringing it down, right? No, most of the time people want to like, oh, I don't want to make it too adult. This is history. People die, right? Right? People die. So Brandon Easton, he's going to be adding more maturity to the story. I'm going to be working with him collectively to make sure it's dope and it's still educational as hell, right? It still has that vibe, right? And it's just going to be an amazing production. So these are the people in charge of composition media. So you got Carl Reed, right? And we all know him. He's the big boss. Rich Morris. So Rich Morris is like a licensing god, right? So this guy's been doing licensing deals since forever, right? I think they already sold like 6 shows. So composition media already sold 6 shows, and it's only been in business like 2 years, right? So they've done massive things, right? And then Isaac Reed, he's also one of those people who's in that creative space, right? More in the marketing side and stuff like that. So this is their team. This is their like leadership team, right? And you know what's great about this? Do you see anybody who's out of place? You know how every time you go to another company or another place and you see their leadership team when it's like a black person, a black entertainment company, right? Like, oh yeah, we got a black entertainment company. And don't you notice whenever you go to their leaderboard, their leadership board, there's something a little bit out of place. There's something a little bit off. Something that doesn't seem right. And usually somebody at like the highest rank too. It's like it's not even somebody who's like working in like as like a secretary or something, but like somebody who's at like in charge of all finances will not be someone that is necessarily an ally to our community. I'm just saying, seems to happen all the time. Remember what happened with just recently? If you follow Kevin Hart, right? Did you see who now runs Heartbeat? Do you see who now runs Heartbeat? I wouldn't have been able to call that a mile. I would have never been able to I wouldn't have been able to predict that. You know what I'm saying? I would have never been able to predict that. So all I'm saying is we ain't got no problems here. We black as hell, and we don't give a damn what Hollywood thinks about whether something's too black or not, right? So the animated series, right? We'll actually skip most of this. I want to get Keith David. I'm gonna get Keith David no matter what. Everybody else is kind of like on a questionable, right? So we're closing out some voice actors right now, but 100% Keith David is going to be Raw. On my life, I got to get Keith David as Raw. So I'm gonna do that. Now, here's some stuff about the industry. I don't think we need to go through this right now just because we're going to refine this. But basically, this is the animation industry right now, right? The opportunity, right? So this is actually pretty good information. So let's see here. So high ROI potential, right? So let's go through the whole thing. Delving into the realm of Black Sands isn't just another film TV venture. It's an opportunity to align with narrative powerhouse that has both cultural significance and market-tested success. As an investor, you're not simply funding a project, you're forging a partnership with a brand that has touched hearts, stirred minds, and solidified the place in the market. Dive into incentives that makes Black Sands an unparalleled investment opportunity. High ROI potential, all right? With the overwhelming popularity of the graphic novel series, there's a significant return on investment looming on the horizon. Investors aren't just placing bets, they're aligning with a proven market success. Be part of a cultural movement. This isn't just about numbers. Investing in Black Sands means becoming a part of a larger cultural narrative, helping to elevate stories that resonate deeply with communities. Teamwork makes the dream work. It's not just about the story, but the people behind it. Partner with a team that has showcased commitment, passion, and unwavering dedication to quality. With a team's successful track record, Black Sands, the animated series, is poised to become a renowned global IP franchise. Renowned global IP franchise. I like the sound of that. What do you guys think? Do you like the sound of that? Does that sound like something that we want to do? you know, I want to see if we can do that, man. That sounds good. Now, 100%, we're not going to have. We kind of want to keep Power exclusive, so we're not going to have like a board. We're not going to have a board that's going to have like voting power over the franchise or whatever projects are happening. That's not how we operate, right? We have a 50-50 partnership with Composition Media, which means that the only two people that make any decisions at all when it comes to Black Sands, the animated series, and anything involving Black Sands, including licensing, merchandising, and everything else, is me and Carl Reed. That's the only two people that make any decisions at all, ever, when it comes to Black Sands. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing because, one, my brand can't get away from me, right? So that's very important because a lot of times people lose their brand when they go into basically Hollywood productions. So that never can happen with me. Number two, we don't have to worry about outsiders fucking up our brand. Like, let's say Netflix wants to change some shit. They can't, right? They can't because they're not part of like, nobody's going to be a part of the decision-making boardroom, especially if we fund it ourselves, right? If my community of investors funds the entire production, then literally Netflix, HBO, whoever the hell decides to come on, they have zero power to change shit. Like, they can't do nothing because they don't have nothing to offer other than a platform. You know what I'm saying? So while people might understand that boards and stuff like that typically happen, it won't be happening here at Black Sands, and it won't be happening for the anime or anything like that. We are tyrants, right? We are tyrants sitting on the hill. Let's see what else we got to talk about. Okay, so this is actually pretty cool. This is not this is from a long time ago, all right? So this is not something that's current, but I'll tell you where we're at. So we're right here. We're right here. This is where we're at. We're already working on the scripts right now. We're almost done with all the scripts, right? We're almost done with all the scripts for the 3-episode miniseries. That's the first thing releasing, right? I think we already did the Bible. We're halfway through on casting, but we're like right here right now. We're starting right here, and this timeline is much shorter than here. So right here, it's looking like this is like a 4-month sprint, right? The reality is it'll probably take about 6 months, right? So after May, 6 months from then, we'll have the mini series completed. Remember, the mini series is 3 episodes and may come out as a straight up movie. All right, so it's going to be 3 episodes, about 30-minute episodes, but it might be combined into one movie, right, for theatrical release, which is really big for us as investors, right? Because we have a theatrical release with 1,000 screens, we could potentially make hundreds of millions of dollars right off the bat, right? And everybody makes 10x, 15x what they invested. You know what I mean? So it's very important that we get that theatrical release, and we already have all the relationships in place to get about 1,000 screens. 1,000 screens US. So we're in a great position for this, right? After that, you're going to see 6-month rolling rollout. So in other words, 6 months after the 3-episode miniseries / movie in November, you're going to see 10 episodes, 10 new episodes, which is the first half a season of Black Sands. Then you're going to see another 3-part movie 6 months after that, followed by the last 10 episodes of season 1. All right. So it's going to be 3, 10, 3, 10, and it's going to be released over a 2-year period, right? Every 6 months. Every 6 months, the next part, the next part, the next part, the next part. So you're never going to have a gap in which you're like, man, I wish Black Sands will come out. It came out back in 2021, and it was so amazing. I hope we see a season 2 one day. You know how a lot of shows have that, where they have like a 3-year break, 4-year break after the first season came out, even though it was a success. Black Sands is positioned specifically to not have any breaks. You're going to get new content every 6 months. Now, I don't even think there's 100,000 screens in America. So somebody said 1,000 screens is definitely possible, but I think we can get 100,000 screens. They ain't 100,000 screens in America, brother. But that's cool though. Let's see. All right, so this is kind of the original financial plan, but this isn't how it's going to go right now. All right, right now, because we're doing the pilot episodes, right? The pilot episodes, we're here, and this part right here, it's all of it. So this is actually the entire circle: crowdfunding and producer investors, right? We already put our money in, and now we have the crowdfunding. If this is wildly successful, these parts get smaller. You understand? These parts get smaller and smaller the more success this gets. Because this is the overall breadwinners of the entire production, from not just the first 3 miniseries, but also season 1, the entire 26 episode season 1 arc. So it's going to be a lot of money to make all this. But if, like I said, if this part right here dominates, right? If this part dominates, then it's going to narrow everything out. Everything's going to be narrowed except for this one right here. This one right here, we want to maximize as much as possible because we want free money, right? If the government's giving us free money, right, take it, right? So they don't get no stake in it. So take that free money from like tax credits and stuff like that. So we do want this to be as big as possible. But this one and this one, we don't want this to be big. We don't want this to be big when it comes to doing this, because these producing rights and broadcasting rights, if they are bigger in the pie, then that means that those people will actually be able to like say stuff, right? They'll be able to make suggestions. And I don't want to hear no suggestions from Netflix. I don't. I just want them to put my show on there and promote it. That's it. I don't want to hear nothing about their opinions on nothing. I don't want to hear about whether this is great for Black people or inappropriate. I don't want to hear nothing about whether we should hire certain people from a certain country committing genocide. I don't want to hear nothing about that because they want me to have certain people on a team. I want to be able to make choices 100% based off of whatever the hell my community wants, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And that means that we gotta make sure that we keep everybody out as much as possible, which is why I'm hoping that the crowdfunding part blows the fuck up, man. I want TikTok going nuts on this. You know what I mean? That's it. Bring it on the platform, but not under their reign. We don't want them to have any freaking power over us at all. So this is the business model. We're just going to briefly touch these because this is kind of like common sense stuff. So broadcasting rights, right? Whoever picks up the broadcasting rights, being HBO, Netflix, Amazon, whatever, right? That's a revenue stream. We also have licensing and merchandising. This is a big one because if it goes viral, then people are going to want to make toys. They want to make merchandise. They want to make book bags. They want to make video games. So licensing and merchandising is a really big one if we're viral, if we have a viral success. Sponsorships and partnerships. This is one that's definitely going to be bread and butter. We are an extremely positive Black-owned brand. So a lot of Black-owned businesses or Black-aligned businesses, you know, businesses that want to sell to Black people, right? And tend to, you know, invest in HBCUs and shit like that. They're going to be great partners and sponsors for Black Sands content without actually controlling anything that we do, right? They just want to have their brand affiliated with Black Sands, which is not a problem, right? It's not a problem at all. And then home media and digital sales. So you never know, right? I'm not one too caring about home media and digital sales, but it can happen, right? It can happen. I just don't think that's kind of a modern revenue stream. It can happen, but I just don't know, right? So these are just disclaimers. We don't really need to hear about that. All right, let's get back to the business, right? So that's all the information we have about the Black Sands anime, right? All right, in May, please save your money. I also want to, I'm going to start revealing maybe in about 3 weeks or so, I'm going to reveal to you the designs and the actual cards for the Black Sands anime founding investor card. All right. So remember how we had the Black Sands anime cards? I wish I had one right now. I don't have one right now. But remember the Black Sands anime investor cards? Well, let's see if I have one here. I might have one in my other drawer. Wait a second. I'm going to see if I got one. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that. So if you remember our investment cards, right? This was the investor card, right? You see that? And that's on what's it called? They're metal cards. This is the gold tier card, the highest tier. And we're going to do it again. We're going to do it again, but this time it's going to be a vertical card. And it's going to say on top, it's going to say founding investor of the Black Sands anime. So it's going to be real big clout. Like this is going to be the biggest clout you could possibly have, right? And these are metal cards. They ain't going to mess up. You know what I'm saying? And I think we're going to do 4 tiers again like we did last time, right? This time we're going to have all the cards available too, because I remember last time we had to have a 2-month delay for the Ruby cards because the Ruby cards was added after the investment round began. I felt bad that the investors who invested $100 weren't going to get an investor card, so I created a new card, the Ruby card for them, right? So that one had a delay. When I only had tiers for $500, $1,000, and $2,000, right? This time around, we're going to have different tiers. All right, so we're going to have the Ruby card, right? The Ruby card for the investors for this investment round are going to be at $100 to basically $1,000, right? So 100 to 1,000 is Ruby. Bronze is going to be 1,000 to 2,000. 2,000 and up is going to be silver, and then 10,000 is going to be gold. All right, that's going to be the new tiers for this investment round. Now, most people cannot qualify for the gold tier, right? Because the gold tier means you have to be an accredited investor. So if you're not an accredited investor who already invests ridiculous amounts of money every year, then most likely you won't even be legally allowed to do that investment. Like they'll stop you, right? But if you're an accredited investor, you do have the opportunity to get a gold card. Most people will max out at $2,000 to $2,500, like from the federal government. The federal government will literally say you're maxed out, like you can't invest anymore, right? So just be prepared for that. Be prepared for that information, because those are the kind of numbers that you need to be looking for if you're going to be trying to get one of these like investor cards, right? These investor cards for the thing, right? Now, some people who said they never got their investment card last round, just hit me up on I don't know, email. If you saw this by email, if you got this live stream from an email that I sent you, right? Respond to that email and say, hey, I invested in this year by this amount. I'm this tier, right? Give me the information. I got the information. It's very easy. All you got to do is order the cards, and you get 2 of them. You get 2 cards. So just go ahead and respond to the emails, all right? The email directly to me, and I'll be able to help you out. Let's see what else. All right, so that's that. Now let's talk about the other thing that we want to do, which is let's see, let's get this off. All right, we'll stop sharing that. Let's get something else because this is pretty important. Let's see. There we go. All right, so here we're talking about the Black Sands anniversary editions, right? So the Black Sands anniversary editions, we already have most of these sold to our Kickstarter backers, right? Kickstarter backers, they did the Black Sands anniversary editions. They got these books and everything else, right? And we still have 54 more of our fans who have gotten the Black Sands, anniversary editions for themselves. Now, we only have a limited amount of these that are available for, our people, right? Because this is a limited print. Like, we're never printing it again. They're the anniversary editions. So when we're doing this, right, and these are the books that I'm talking about, the anniversary editions, right? These are Hieroglyph, right? So Hieroglyph anniversary editions, there's like 5 of them. There's 5 of them that's going to be, that's a 5 hardcover books. They're going to be signed by not just me, but also my artist, David Lenneman. So you remember Hydrus? He's never signed books, ever, right? Because he's in China. He's a Frenchman in China, right? But he's coming to the U.S. I'm flying him out to the U.S. specifically to sign these particular books. So these are the only books you'll ever get from Black Sands, ever, that's going to be signed by the actual lead artist of Black Sands. And he's also our creative director, if you didn't know that. So he is a stockholder in the company. He is an actual like officer in the company. He's not just some random artist for hire, right? He's been working with us since like 2016, right? So he's been here for a long ass time. He's the image. If you want to know where the image of Black Sands came from, that's that dude, man. He's a fucking amazing artist, and he's gonna be signing these books. He's gonna be signing all of them. So if you're one of those people who are very into that kind of thing, then you're gonna want to get these, because this is the collector's item, man. These aren't even gifts. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, it's kind of a gift, but you don't want somebody to actually use them. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want people to actually use these anniversary editions. Like, get the regular edition signed, right? There's an add-on where you can add the 5 legendary regular editions as well, and they're gonna be signed as well, only by me, not by him, because that's like too many books to sign. But I'm gonna be signing the regular books as well. That's a good gift for somebody to actually use. But do not use the anniversary editions. Seal these motherfuckers away, okay? Seal them away. Do not mess these up. I swear to God, do not mess these up. These are gonna be the rarest items in 5 years. In 5 years, these are gonna be the rarest items in like America. Like, you're gonna be. These are easily gonna go for thousands of dollars each. Period. And that's then. If you hold on 20 years or 30 years like some of these collectors, it's going to be way higher than that. Way higher than that. Now, here you go. This is what I want you to do. I just gave you the link in the comment section. So if you do want to go and check it out right now, you can go right ahead. There's no reason for you to not be able to go and do it right now. Look, I'm going to be talking in the background, so go ahead and place your order in now. What I want to do, my goal for this meeting, right? My goal is to hit around 70 copies sold. And just let you know, every week I'm going to be doing a live session specifically talking about the investment round and new updates, because updates are going to be coming fast now, like super fast. So we're going to have one every weekend. Expect a meeting on the investment round for Black Sands. Every weekend there's going to be something new. There's going to be something important, something big, and you need to be ready, because it's going to be the biggest investment round we've ever done in our lives. Know what I mean? And while people are ordering their books and stuff like that, oh, don't forget this too. Use this code. Use this code right here. All right. It's 20% off. Okay. Use this code right here. Use that code right there for 20% off. All right. That'll help you a lot for the price. All right. Even though it's supposed to be more expensive, this is actually a very rare book. You can get, all 10 books, $220, but then you do a 20% off of that. So it's like $160, something like that. Free shipping. All right. So go ahead, handle that. Do what you got to do. I'm giving you the discount as well. Now, for everybody else, ask your questions. If you have questions about the investment round, if you have questions about anything that's going on in the next couple of months, please put them in the comment section. Additionally, if you want to be part of the beta for the video game production, we're almost done. So I think we're going to be done in the first or second week of April for the actual video game demo for Black Sands. So any closed beta testers, let me know. We'll let you try it out. We'll let you try it out 100%. Edward, man, what's up? Yeah, make sure to hit me up on Patreon too, man. Patreon's where you want to join our community, you want to read our titles and everything else. That's where everything's at, Yeah. Will the investment round be in May? Yes. May, mid-May, something like that. And we're going to give you a big heads up. So you're going to have opportunity, you're going to have time to get your ducks in a row, right? And most of the time with our patrons, make sure you're in the patron, okay? Make sure you're a patron member, all right? Because our patrons are going to get first access and the previous investors. So previous investors and patrons will have exclusive access for about, normally it's like 3 days. But if we go too fast, then it's going to be like 24 hours, right? Because sometimes we go too fast, and then what happens is, since basically everybody's already invested, right? Everybody's invested, everybody's all in, and we sold all of the early bird stock, right? That's when we open it up to the public, because at that point, there's no benefit to being first, right? Once we pass the threshold, where the early bird price is gone and now it's a different price, it's the normal price, then it doesn't matter if you're early or not early at that point, right? Because all the good stuff is gone, right? So that's usually what happens. Patrons go first. Let's see. Marvel just released online comics on VV NFT. Are there any plans for NFT comic partnerships such as Vive? No way in hell. I'm tainting my company with NFTs or crypto or any of those other modern day scam platforms that basically have robbed Black people of crazy amount of money over the last couple of years. Yeah, I've always been a big patron against NFTs, crypto, AI, and all the other crap, right? I think it's just modern day marketing for old school scams, right? So a lot of people have this argument that crypto and NFTs are okay because they're legal, right? But just remember this. Timeshares are legal in America. Timeshares. How many commercials do you hear all the time on the radio say, do you want to get rid of your timeshare, but you don't know how? Can you get rid of your timeshare? We can break that timeshare for you. We know how to stop the time. How is that? Why are there so many people trying to get out of timeshares if timeshares is a legal and totally legit business? Because not everything that's legal is legit. Not everything that's legal is moral, right? And this is definitely one of those things where I will never in a million years participate and lower my brand integrity by working with crypto or NFTs or anything. Oh, dope, man. Coachella? That's pretty cool, man. Okay, for people who are Kickstarter backers, yeah, you're gonna get it at the same time. So the second they get here, we're gonna sign them, right, and we're gonna ship them out. I think it's gonna be the first week of April or the second week of April, something like that, right? You got to understand this too, though. Those stupid boats. It was supposed to be here on the 17th, right? And now now they pushed it back to the 21st. And even though they pushed it back to the 21st for it to hit the port, it doesn't mean that it's released on the 21st, right? It could be released a week later because, whatever freaking, government program they decide to go and inspect stuff, I have no clue. So we don't necessarily know exactly when it gets released, right? Because once it gets released, it has to be picked up by the trucks and bring it out to the fulfillment center. And then we got to get the actual anniversary editions to our house. That's actually a quick process. Picking up from the once they release it, everything should take roughly 3 days to get to us. And then once that's done, it's going to take at least a week to sign the books because there's a lot of books, like 10,000 books. So we got to sign like 10,000 books. So it's going to be a minute. It's going to be a minute. And it's going to be miserable. I can't front. I'm going to be pretty mad. I'm going to be pretty mad trying to sign all these books. But it's for you guys. Is it profit sharing for life or is it a limited amount of time? I'm not too sure about this, so take my answer with a grain of salt, but I believe that there's no cap, right? There's no cap. So what you're not investing in the entire anime series, all right? So you're not investing in the 26 episodes. You're investing in the first 3 episodes, the theatrical. You understand? That's it. You're not doing further than that. So you're going to get profits off of that. And most likely for life. I don't think there's a cutoff. For it. I'm not sure though, so please don't take it as de facto answer. But I'm pretty certain that's not how this system works, right? I'm not sure though. I'm not sure. Increasing investments is impossible. Your investment at the end of the investment round is the investment. That's it. Now you can increase your investment or decrease it as much as you want while the investment round is still live. But that's it. Once the investment round's over, it's over, right? And any investments that come in after the early bird is done, is going to be considered a separate investment. So let's say you have $1,000 in the early bird. You got the early bird special, $1,000 in, and then you add $500 after we pass the early bird limit. That $500 is going to be considered a separate investment because it's going to have a different price. It's going to have a different price per share or whatever. So just think about that. We funded for this investment, most likely, yes. Is it too late to try for voice acting? Yes, it is too late for voice acting. The voice acting round is done, and we're currently reviewing the winners right now. So yeah, there's no more voice acting opportunities. I'll be making a substantial amount. Thank you. Oh, let me check this. Let me check this thing real quick. I want to see if we got some orders in real quick. My bad. Let me go and check real quick. So this ain't it. Let me see. What we're looking at here. Oh, good job, guys. We got the 64. That's incredible. Let me go and pull it up real quick. So yeah, we got the 64. So that's great. Thank you guys so much. Remember, guys, here's the link again for anybody who missed it. I just put the link back in the comment section for the anniversary editions. Remember, this is very limited. It's going to be signed by me and my artists. So, you know, this is something you want to collect. If you're a collector, if you're somebody like that, go ahead and do that. Remember, we want to hit 70 before this live stream is over. So please just let me know if you need any help. And I'm still going through the questions. Any internship opportunities for the anime production? This is an interesting one. Me personally, you gotta talk to Carl Reed. You gotta talk to Composition Media because I'm not in charge of the anime production, right? I am a key member, right? But most of all animation and everything being involved in the business side and the production side is through Composition Media, right? They're the animation studio, right? They're the ones who animate. So they're the ones that will be doing it. Does it matter what level of patron? No. You can be a $5 a patron. You can be a $20 patron. The only difference is the $20 patrons get special meetings with me, special conversations on Discord and everything else. Because on Discord, we actually talk, right? Like we can actually have a conversation. Like we can actually talk directly, right? Whereas on YouTube, all I see is comments and stuff like that. Hey, what's up, Melody? Thank you. Appreciate you. Oh, yeah, by the way, if you had just ordered the comics, please let me know in the comment section so I can shout you out. Also, tell me what you do for a living, man. Tell me what you do for a living. If you ordered the anniversary editions, tell me what you do for a living as well. I'm going to shout that out as well. Will the anime, so this is a good question right here. Will the anime series be directly based on the comics, or will there be original storytelling? The first 3 episodes will definitely be original storytelling, but it's going to end right in the sweet spot of where the Black Sands comic series is going. Okay, so in other words, we're basically, the first 5 chapters of Black Sands, right? The first 5 chapters of Black Sands is basically like cut in half, right? Like none of it exists anymore. So the first 5 chapters don't exist. Instead, we're going to make a new introduction to the Black Sands world, right? That's more like directly involved in what the heck the Black Sands overall premise is, right? So those first 5 chapters of Black Sands are basically being like completely revised into a new intro to the series, right? However, the war in Minoa, right? The Titans, the Sumerian plot, and all that other stuff, that's going to be key to season 1. Season 1 is not going to veer from the comics, right? It's going to add a lot of stuff. There's going to be a hell of a lot of added to the comics after the first 3 episodes, right? But the first 3 episodes are very much a fresh start to what Black Sands is. You know what I mean? And mostly that's because, like, when I made Black Sands back in 2017, right, we were still exploring where we wanted to go with it and the maturity level of it. You know what I mean? Like like I wasn't sold on how what age range would be appropriate for Black Sands at first, right? And then I learned that about 2 years later, right? And you started seeing it become a much more mature story, right? Past like chapter 6. Like all of a sudden things got a little crazy, right? So all I'm saying is like you know, at the beginning we were exploring whether it was the right age range and what's it called, what was appropriate, what was not. And then later on we got into it. We got into the thick of it. So we gave our team a license to create a new start, right? A new start, and then we're gonna go from there directly into the comic series, and we're not gonna deviate. And we're not gonna deviate on purpose because I want to sell more books, right? I think this is the most important thing about it. I want to sell more books. So I'm never going to make an animated series that doesn't reflect the comic books, because then you're not selling more books if the anime series has a completely different direction. You know what I mean? Which happens all the time. Fuck that. I want to make money. My money needs to come to me. Right? So 100% we are going to make sure that we follow the storyline, right? So that we can actually make that bread, right? The investors in Black Sands Entertainment want to make more money, right? Which means that we got to actually get our stock value up, which means that we have to have the story following the comic series. Is the $5 level still give you access to first priority? Yes, any patron subscriber has first access, period. Hey, what's up, Kenneth? Thank you so much. Appreciate you, for real. Big time. Do a live stream for you guys signing. Yeah. I guess we will. I guess we'll do something like that. We'll do something like that for sure. I'll have I don't know, man. There's a lot of people that's gonna be here though. You got to understand this. This is a shitload of books. So there's gonna be a lot of people here. I don't know if everybody want to be in that live stream, man. There's gonna be a lot of people in here, man. We have to do like 700 orders with like 10 books each. 700 orders. So it's gonna be a madhouse for like 3 or 4 days straight. So I don't know, man. That's gonna be a little heavy. We'll try. Hey, Chris Boynton, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Yo, I'm getting him, man. Don't be excited that I might get him. I'm getting him. This is the one thing I said, no matter what, I have to have. Right? So this is the one thing that I was like, when I was talking to Carl Reed, right? I said, he's like, what do you need from me in order to get this investment round going? I said, give me Keith David and I'm good. I don't need nothing else. I don't need anything else. I just need Keith. Once I get Keith, everything else will fall into place. There is not a single Black person in America that will doubt the success of Black Sands or the legitimacy of Black Sands if Keith David is starring in Black Sands. So I told him that is my de facto demand. I have to get him, right? And they already have good relationships in the first place. So the likelihood of locking that down is very high. But, you know, he's just a good voice actor, man. He's been doing voice acting in so many different projects. He's going to love this, man. I think he's going to love being a pharaoh. I think he's going to love being a badass pharaoh that don't take nobody's shit. I think he's going to love that fucking role, man. What happened to the Books A Million cells? They haven't placed them yet. They got them in their warehouse. They haven't put them down yet. So they got them, but we still don't know where they're at. If you guys can go do a quick Google search for me, go to Books A Million's website and look up Black Sands in your local area and see if there's for pickup. If anybody can actually do for pickup, that means it's in store, right? But I don't think they're in store yet. They have their own processing that takes a while. So. Discount code not working. It works. Patronage. All right, let me go and put it back in here again. I'm gonna put it right here. I'm also gonna type in here the discount code next to it, so feel free to use it. Right. Boom. All right. And remember, this is a Bristow code that I don't normally give to people, but I'm giving to you guys since you guys are here at this meeting. But normally I don't give this discount code to anybody, right? Patronage. Patronage is 20% off. All right. Off the entire order. Let's see. Oh, cool, Nathaniel. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. So you're in the financial service. Well, you're teaching financial services. Got you. Will you be at the next DreamCon? I usually don't go to conventions unless I'm invited. Right? If I'm not invited, I don't go. Right? You know, and I think it's more of a respect thing, right? So it's like I gotta keep my brand image up. So I have to be invited to locations as a featured guest, right? Or I don't show up, right? If I know that they're gonna gain from my from me being there, then I'm going to charge for it, right? It's just the way it is, right? You got to keep that brand integrity up, so you can't just show up places. You can't just show up places and hang out for no reason, right? You got to protect your brand, right? So that's the reason why I wouldn't be at DreamCon unless I got invited, and I also won't be at BlurredCon unless I got invited. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta invite me. Schools invite me. I get $6,000 a day for a school, right? So at least give me a free featured guest pass. You know what I mean? Hey, I'll be making my purchase first week of April. Can I still qualify for the discount? That discount code is forever. So that discount code has been one of the oldest discount codes we ever have. It's specifically for our patrons. So if you please, if you could be so kind, right? After you use my discount code, please go to the patron community and join the patron community. All right. So that $5 a month, right, for patron access gets you all our digital content, all our digital books, but it also gives you that discount code forever, the patronage one. And it's 20% off forever, right? Unlimited uses. And the thing about it is, with that investor thing, you know, a lot of our bundles are huge, like hundreds of dollars are huge. So some people get like $60 discounts, $80 discounts on their order. You know what I mean? So it's like that $5 goes a long way. If you like actually holding like physical product, that $5 goes a hell of a long way, right? Ordered, Kenneth said, ordered, and I'm a technical sales rep for a commercial or a chemical company. Oh, okay. You out there in white collar. Okay, you probably next to me, man. We up in Middletown, Antoine. Yeah, most of the people that live in Delaware are from everywhere else, right? So people working in DC, people in Philly, Baltimore, they all live in Delaware, right? It's a great place to buy a house. Oh, let's check the numbers again. Let's check the numbers one more time. I'm gonna head out in about actually in 5 minutes. Yeah. Let me see what we got here. Oh, we're at 69. Come on, we got one more copy, and then we can hit our goal. We hit our goal for this live stream. So we got one more copy left, man. One more copy left, and then we hit our goal. Let's see. Any updates on the novel writing opportunities? I don't know. Are you talking about the new novels, like the new ideas? Because if that's the case, no, we haven't done any of that yet. But the people who won the competition last time, we're assigning them all their novels. So there's still be 4 new novels coming out in about 5 months, all based off of Black Sands. Like it's a Black Sands, 4 different novels from patrons who won competitions and are writing specific stories about Kushite warlords. So those are 4 novels coming out from the Black Sands verse that is canon. These are canon events, right? About 4 warlords from the Kushite Empire before Apetamoc came into power. So it's cool. It's a cool thing if you love stories in the ancient world and stuff like that. These are going to be great novels, and they should come out in about 5 months. Will there be ambassador opportunities for investors through personal links? I have no clue how that works, so I'm not too sure. I am going to be hiring a lot of influencers, right? I'm going to be hiring a lot of influencers because I don't trust Facebook ads. So I'm not going to spend money on them, but I will spend money on, Black influencers out there and Spanish influencers. I'm pretty sure it works. Let me go and check my thing real quick. So let me go to my discounts. Let me go to my discounts. Search patronage. Yep, it's active, right? No minimum requirements. Percentage 20% off. No minimum requirements. For online store and one sales channel. All customers. No usage limits. Can't combine with other discounts. So you can't combine it with other discounts. That's the only thing. Active since February 8th. 452 times it's been used. The code works. I just think maybe just spelling it or something. Copy it. I don't know. Are you going to be on WeFunded for this anime? Yep, sure am. Sure am. 100%. We're only supporting the first 3 episodes. Yep, the theatrical release. That is 100% correct. You are funding the theatrical release of the Black Sands anime. That is what you're going to be profiting off of, if you have profits at all. It could be a complete failure. Who knows, right? But I assume we're going to be very successful, and we're going to have a nice return on our investment. Will there be future investment opportunities for the rest of the season? You never know. Maybe, maybe not. Can you give the tier amounts again? Okay. So this is for the investment round. As I said, $100 is the ruby tier. Bronze tier is $1,000. Silver is $2,000 and gold is $10,000. All right. So that's how it's going to be this investment round. I know it's very high, but hey, at the end of the day, there are a lot of people who actually invested like $10,000 or more. So I'm gonna make it very exclusive for them. You know what I mean? But 2,000 is a great one for almost everybody. Everybody can hit that 2,000 because that's where the government allows you to spend at least $2,000 per year on investments. So you should be good on that one. Do the anniversary set come in hard copy? Yeah, the hardcovers. They're all hardcovers. See this right here? They're all hardcovers. All the anniversary editions are hardcover books, library bound. Just dope. Yeah. 100%. They're all hardcover books. Victoria Cooper. Is that the name of the order that you had? So let me just look it up real quick. Victoria. What would your name? I don't know. And your comment would be very low too. I can't tell. Best thing to do is just email us. I'm sure you got a receipt. If you ordered, you got a receipt via email. So just check the receipt and we'll see. Can you go over a hypothetical ROI? Okay, 100%. This is not legal advice. I am not an attorney. All right. Can I go over hypothetical if we invested $1,000? If we make $100 million, you can expect roughly a 10x return on your investment. So if you paid $1,000, you get about $10,000 in the first year. If there's licensing opportunities, if there's broadcast opportunities or whatever, that's additional money on top of whatever we make at the box office. Okay? And that just gets baked into the pie. Right. Hey, Clinton, thank you so much for ordering. Appreciate you. Did we hit our goal? Because I'm out of here if we did. Not that I rush off. It's just that I have to go to an event. Hey, we're at 74. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, we're at 74. So you guys did an amazing job. Please, if you want, just keep ordering. If you want to hit, I also gave the link in the emails that I sent you for the invite, so you can go from there. Remember, use code patronage, PATRONAGE, for 20% off. That's the exclusive code for our patrons. But I like treating the people who go to my live streams, right, like family, because you guys really do a lot of work whenever we get on live. So 100% use the code too. You can use the code regardless. Okay. So go ahead and do that, and we'll see you again next weekend. Okay. Next weekend on Saturday, I'm gonna do it again. Another meeting. All right. We're gonna keep doing this every single week because we're gonna have new updates and new fast-paced stuff every single week. Okay. So I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys for being here with me, and holla. Peace.